CEO Yael Meretyk Hanan woke up on Saturday morning in Tel Aviv to her husband receiving a phone call from his reserve officer in the Israeli Defense Force, warning him to get ready. He was about to be called to serve. She immediately texted her co-founder Ido Glanz, CTO of their 10-month-old fledgling startup, Pelles.ai. Glanz was already on the way to report for duty. He wrote back, "You've heard the news, and you've seen it. There was no other option, not even hesitation. You just get your things, and you go," Glanz said over the phone from his unit's barracks on Thursday. "I honestly haven't showered since that morning." For Hanan, the next steps were to say goodbye to her husband, then check with Glanz's wife to make sure their family had support in place. By Sunday morning, she was meeting with Pelles.ai's two other founders to run through scenarios for how to keep their business, which uses AI to generate better mechanical, electrical and plumbing designs from architectural floor plans, in full operation without its technical lead, likely for weeks at least. To investors and business partners across the U.S. who have reached out, Hanan has shared this message. "We are extremely sad and heartbroken, but safe," she said. "Israelis are known to bounce back quickly. We are charging ahead." Similar scenes have played out across the Israel tech ecosystem and, to some degree, in the U.S., where numerous Israel-founded startups have moved their headquarters or maintained offices. The mobilization, one of the largest in Israel's history, has seen 300,000 reservists called to the front lines of war in the days following the brutal surprise attack on border towns in southern Israel in which Hamas terrorists killed at least 1,200 Israelis. Israel has responded with airstrikes that have killed at least 1,799 Gazans, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza. On Friday, Israel's military told Palestinians living in northern Gaza to evacuate to the south, implying a full-scale invasion was imminent. Israel's mandatory service and reserve system, coupled with the fact that high-tech staff represent 14% of the workforce, and nearly half of all its exports, means that the large-scale mobilization has had a disproportionate impact on the global startup scene. Venture capital funding for Israel startups last quarter grew 56%, to $1.4 billion, according to startup data tracker Crunchbase. By comparison, European startups received $16.4 billion, up 28%. On Thursday, hundreds of VC firms signed a public statement in support of Israel and its tech community. A sampling of startup offices in the country by several local investors, including Eyal of Entrée Capital and Yuval Ariav of Symbol, found that about 15% of local employees have been called up for reserve service, on average. At larger tech companies with more staff in similar roles and across more geographies, such call-ups haven't proven debilitating, local CEOs and investors said.